The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. First play, here's Cousins. And incomplete to open things up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action. Cousins rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. The 20, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be out right at the 35. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Ritter off the play fake. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
52 blaster, black shot.
Ritter. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lewis Seed showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. Gonna need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. The Ritter, he wants to change the play here.
Mike 3. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Blaster, 6.
Watch the run. Mike 3.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Go red.
Switch!
Needle blue.
Watch the slant! Watch the slant!
Hey, check mega.
Ritter throwing on third down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Now a handoff to Chandler, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Ready, go.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Ritter to throw it. That's caught left side by Hardman. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Red, cycle.
Any day. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40, Mike 40.
Cut.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Ready up.
40's Mike right there. 40's Mike.
Chop. 17.
40, Mike.
Slice through.
Tap it. Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's make these
Ready. Ready.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Man, I got you. Mike 4, Mike.
White.
Hey,
Cut. Cut.
Here's Ritter. Under pressure, and down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
That is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Ritter from the gun.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
That's caught inside the 20.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Zoom black. Steel black. Ready.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson
Taking it in from the 20.
and the Falcons have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out.
This is intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hey, man, watch the boot.
Blue striker.
Let's go.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw, Ritter.
Over the middle, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
Trail, yellow.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Check striker. Hey, go steal. Set, go. Ready.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here's Chandler. He'll take this to the 46. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Cook.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On second down, Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts.
So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, go Fury. Blaster, stick. Set, cut.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Strike it, strike it.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Ultra, ultra. Check smash. Ultra, go ultra. Cheeto blue. Go red. Set, go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Back to throw. Ritter.
Steps away to his left.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That is intercepted.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Now Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Here's 1st and goal. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey, check Mega. Hut, hut. Mega.
Ritter. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of about 5. That stops the clock, but slow and steady won't win the race at this point.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And complete to Drake London. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Drill, 52. Check Fury. Fury, yellow. Striker, check striker. Hey, go steal. Ready to go.
Now Ritter. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Here's 2nd down.
23. Ran a cycle. Hey, green. Steal. Check steal. Ready, go.
Ritter looks to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Let's go.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down.
Flag blue. Right, right. Hey, go Fury. Hut, hut.
Here's Ritter. He's going to let it fly. shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Ultra.
A final shot now for Ritter. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.